Hey folks, the Desert Artist here. I am going to make something out of anaconda skin. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, whether I want to do a man's wallet or whether I want to do a cell phone case or something, but I do know one thing, that before I can even get started, I do have to glue this. I'm going to be using black elk hide to the anaconda snakeskin that I have here. It is fairly wide. It's got some parts here that are a little questionable. Here it's got a little hole, but I'm guessing that once I put the glue on both sides, I will be able to let's see, I will be able to put them together and let it dry until it makes a decent adhesion. Now I'm going to start smearing it onto here. Now I've got the lines drawn out with a pen, so I know that I can go right to the edge of the pin mark, and I should be able to meet up with the leather. And the snake hide's been out for a little while, so it's kind of dry. I'm hoping that this will all take nicely. I'm going to do a little bit different thing with, I'm going to fold it so it will have actual folds in it in case I want to use it as a wallet. It's probably something I should have thought of before I started spreading glue. I'm going to think on it right now. That way if I make it into a wallet, it'll hold some sort of shape, not holding shape and going back to its original shape. Once again, I'm just going to, for what fibers that are in the snake skin, they're going to be pretty minimal, because it seems like it's not as fluffy as the elk hide that I'm using. And I've got that down right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start here. I'm doing this while it's still kind of wet, so I can still play with it some. I can smush out some of the air bubbles that are in there, and I can kind of stretch the hide out where it needs to be stretched in order to make it real good. As you see, I pulled back a little bit to allow for meeting of the glues here, because I'm gonna, now that I've started doing it the other way, make sure that everything's got glue on it so it will have a good adhesion. Alright, I don't know what exactly I'm going to be doing here. I have decided to go ahead and go with a suede outside on the inside. I'll show you what I got here. I got this just kind of cut out and able to fold together. It's fairly large. I'll probably make a purse for this to go in. Because it's so large, it's going to have a custom purse that will have a different kind of interior. So it'll be like a little checkbook inside of a purse or something. What I'm doing right now is I'm figuring out how to, this is going to be able to hold money this way. I've got a dollar bill here, and looks like it'll fit right in there just nice and where it needs to be. On the other side will be the same. It will be foldable. These are going to be sewn differently so that the money will be able to slide in and out of here real easy without getting caught on the suede. And the suede going up against this leather here will move fairly nicely. So I'm going to make sure I got my measurement right. which I don't know whether I've done or not. Hopefully I won't end up with another holster type snafu. It looks like this is the one right here that I need to go through. And I'm going to be doing just a regular old flat stitch on here. Like I'm going to have to go underneath here. That eye seems, I put some pressure on it just now and it seems like it's going to be a little weak. I hope it doesn't break on me. I'm going to have to invest in some needles here at some point. Remember, we want to go through these holes one at a time until we really get an idea of what we're doing here. That's the bad thing about going through suede, is you can't really see the hole that you're going into. You just kind of have to guess where it's at here. And it looks like I'm going to have to go through this one first. So now that I've got the end done, I should be able to just mow right on through the rest of it here. Now I'm pulling these tight, and I'm not pulling them really tight. I'm just making sure that when it's straight, that it doesn't stretch out anymore. This is where I don't want to press too tight on this needle here. I don't want to end up breaking it. So I'm going to have to worm through. If you worm through enough, you can find the hole that you want to go into.
That's my ticket to ride. Has it made me money? No, I never recorded it. But this is one. This, and it's on the stream at Joe's Pump Show too. So this is for the world. Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
I'm going to go ahead with continue with this one single piece of thread, so I can keep it all one piece here.
The thick of it, smile, looking back at
I don't know how well it's going to work, but that's what I'm going to do. I didn't really count my holes. I'm just going willy-nilly and what looks good, because I got a pair of scissors. I can always cut off what doesn't fit. So I'm going to go through here with a figure 8 pattern, which means I'm going to go across this one here, then I'm going to go back through this one here. I'm going to create a nice figure 8 right up here on the bridge of where this is going to get folded. And it's getting folded right on a thread hole, so that's good, as that will be the pivot. Now we're just going to continue on down here and see what happens at the end. Like I said, I didn't count, I didn't do any math, I just kind of went with what looked good at the time.
Have a good time. Drink a little whiskey, have a beer and wine. Start to sway, swagger and ball. Who gives a shit? Let's have a ball. Hey friends, go for broke. Fuck them if they can't take a joke. Take that tip from mine. Live before you die.
Alright, it looks like it's going to come out okay. Down here, a nice clean ending.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke. Yeah! Oh, boogie that thing.
Alright, so now I've got it sewn together. It looks like I can probably form it to make it look like it will go together nicely. I am going to finish this off here with a on the figure 8 here in the center, so as not to make it uneven and weak. Weave it in and out of here. So I've got it in there like that, and I've got, there's a little weave, there's a little snake leg in there, but I could probably work it out if I twist it enough just to be a little bit more tight on one side than the other. Now I'm just going to go back through here and just kind of feed it through the through the suede here. I can just cut it off. Got enough meat here to be able to go back and forth through here. I think I do. Once again, I got to go through here and tie a knot.
Now you got a bird in hand, fly without wings, sit with God, hear church bells ring, a bag of smoke, spoon of coke, case of beer, everybody's broke, feet smell, hell, I'll have a stroke, fuck them if they can't take a joke, take that tip from Pop, come on, live before you die, everybody, come on, give it a try, everybody.
Okay, I'm pulling it tight, and then I'm going to get, I'm not going to have those snake legs in there like I did before and hope they would work out. I'm going to go ahead and loosen it up.
Pluck them if they can't take a joke. Anyhow, this is ragtime wet dream. Now, I used to be a happy drunk, so a lot of my old tunes involved drinking. And it really gave good atmosphere.
Here's that junction point where I got to do a figure 8.
Ragtime wet dream.
Make sure to work around that knot in there. I don't know, that doesn't look very good there. I think it will be. I think I just need to cut off a little bit extra there. I'm just going to cut a little sliver out of here. Hopefully we won't end up with too much of a weeble wobble here.
Yeah, things ain't real as they seem. I woke up this morning, had a ragtime wet dream. I dreamed I loved the woman, shook so fast, shook my 4 gold teeth into quick petty cash.
Yep, I knew it.
Whiskey out of my glass.
Bent the needle. Look at that. Yeah, that's why you don't do that. Bend the needle and you break the eyes. Don't care how slow I'm going to bend it back. It's probably going to break.
I woke up this morning.
I'm going to have to buy some needles here soon. Of course, this needle was a little corroded, so makes it hard to go through the holes. It's not really smooth.
Look at that thing. I dreamed I loved a woman, too cool for me. Sex going down like a hard-on when I pee. Stuck it in a tube. I tried to get it straight. She took a look at me, said, "Shit, you're too late." Had a nightmare.
All right. So we have that inside wallet type thing made up here.
I woke up this morning.
Looks like it will fit okay. Now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to sew something from here to here to be able to accompany that thickness without sewing it together. If I sew it together, then it's really going to be tight in there, and I don't really want it to be tight in there. I want it to be able to be removed, so I'm going to have to cut a piece of leather that I can sew in between here, and it will still have that rough edge. I'm wondering if I could sew it around this way and keep the rough edge in the inside, while giving it some trim here. And I could always trim the outside of that black leather that's going to be here. I can put some turquoise beads along in here on top of that black leather to give it a clean look. And I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go ahead and get some leather and cut out a strip.
One right after another. And they
Well, whether I want to cut out just one strip or if I want to be able to give it a border all the way up here too. And I could go around here in the end. Well, first off, I have to end up with a clean edge here. So I am going to have to go ahead and cut a clean edge from what I have. Alright, so that looks fairly clean there. It doesn't look, it's got too much of a sharpness to it, and I think probably this amount of thickness will give it enough
the album, the promotional album starts with
an edge here.
And the voice on the album, the narrator, is saying,
and I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not really measuring this other than with my eyes and with my fingers. So I don't really know whether that's going to be enough, because I have to go, I have to have enough for the edge here, to go around and sew in between there. Meanwhile, I don't think I have enough. I don't think that's wide enough, because it's not going to stretch at all, and I gotta hit these holes here that I punched to be able to clean that up. That's going to be pretty tight. That's going to be a tight seam there.
I'll tell you what that means. That means, in so many words, would you take
I wonder if I could go all the way around just using this as an idea. If you go all the way around, that might be something worthy of doing. Give it a bottom here, as opposed to being raw snakeskin on the end bend.
Everywhere I go, every place I go, I look around and I try and
I want to give this some depth here,
so people, please, I ask you,
where this can fit in nice and easily and have a lip probably on the top here.
You tell her for me, please.
So
F-U-C-K.
I think I'm going to end up having to cut another piece of leather. I'm going to keep that one just in case.
F-U-C-K.
Might be able to use that somewhere else. So let's go ahead and cut it a little bit thicker. Wider, I should say.
You tell Kay it's been a long time since I laid down. Ooh, shake my picnic up your tree. Come on, people, if you see Kay, tell me.
Alright, I think that looks wide enough here. So now I have to punch the holes for the edge.
Hey, I'm back where I used to be. You tell the case it's been a long time since I made shake my picnic up your tree. Now you know senior age being
Like I said, I'm not going to count. I'm just going to punch the holes where I think they're going to need to go, and I will work it from there, knowing, because I have the confidence of knowing that I can work it and make it work, opposed to having to rely on the math and getting it done and counting and wasting all that time. Knowing I'd much rather, instead, I'm making a one-of-a-kind piece. It's not like I'm doing manufacturing or anything.
You know the part I missed.
So I'm now gonna do this other side here.
I guess I forgot the sensation of it. Here we go, back to the tune. Takes a rubber ball and bounce. Takes my other ball and rolls. I gotta spend hundreds of dollars now. Get the kind of weed satisfies my soul. F-U-C-K.
And make sure that when you're doing this, if you're, you may want to make sure that your holes match up on each side. Remember, we don't want another holster. So you want to make sure that all the holes are equal across here, and you can
since I laid down. Come on, buddy. Let's do it, do it now. Look at me, I'm a hip hippie. Yeah, I survived my time.